Yes. You love that, don't you?
I would totally do that.
We're in Forest City, Iowa, which is where Winnebago is located. We're currently at the Visitor Center, but we're also going to check out just some of the ins and outs of Winnebago themselves, with the factory and things that are built. And this Winnebago is a pretty cool way to start things off by checking this thing out. This is so awesome. Come see this one. This is 1967, babe. Check it out. This is 1967 D22. Only $5,000 back in the day.
RV.
Look at that. Look, they got a little bunk above the dinette.
Yeah, lots of sleeping area.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe if you crammed in the back. It is, isn't it? Look at the dash. The dash is that's my favorite part. This thing's in great shape. Wow. Look at that. Thing goes up to 100. We got 45,000 miles on this bad boy. Hey, we're gonna see how RVs are made, like how they put them together. It's a Winnebago, Hensley. It's a 1959. This is a travel trailer.
Travel trailer.
That's right, it's a travel trailer. Look at this one. This one's even older than the other one.
I love Barbie.
These are in really good shape. It's impressive. Okay, so we're about to start our tour. I mean, this is legit. You know, we are going in where they're making this stuff. We got our goggles, our earplugs, our vests. Some of this I'll be able to talk directly on the camera. Some of it might be B footage, and then some of it may just be voiceover. It just depends on, you know, where we're going and what's going on.
You are so cute. They might just hire you.
Right, so this building's Stitchcraft. And one of the things that sets Winnebago apart from the other companies is they make a lot of their own parts what they can. If it's more economical to outsource something they have, but a lot of things they do in-house, they get to do quality control on their own, and they also get to keep the molds and produce things longer than some of the other companies, because when you outsource things to a third party and you go to get something and then all of a sudden, bam, the third party stop making it, a little frustrating if you've got an RV and that happens.
What's so cool about this is you notice there's different types of foam. So you have this more durable foam as the substrate, and then the softer foam on the outside allows for more comfort and breathability. Now these machines are pretty fun. They're cutting decks that can take multiple layers of fabric. So you can see up on the screen the layout. So we're able to maximize usage of all the materials to eliminate waste. But we'll apply a sheet of like dry cleaner bag plastic over the top. You can see it folded now. And that will apply a vacuum to this from this surface and hold it tight. This machine goes, the head actually sharpens its blades as it goes too. So it's quite an operation. You can see on here by this, it tells us what unit is covered for a seat. There's the actual unit it goes into, and here's the date. This should be today's date, so this will be going through a process. We're just-in-time manufacturer, so everything here that you see is going through. This will be on the line on a product in very short order. Up until a few years ago, there was a gal that worked for us. She got into her 90s when she finally retired, and she did this. And she was always a key stop on the tour. So what happens here is how we stuff the cushions. So we produce a cushion for a dinette, per se, or something like that. The actual foam is cut larger than the encasing fabric, and that's so that you don't have slip in there. So to get it in there, we use this machine. It's kind of fun to watch. But Gertie used to always say, I'm going to put you on that machine and skinny you up, she'd say. So you reverse that and it re-expands and fills all the surface of it. Now that plastic that's on there will be pulled out, because the plastic, you don't want that, it'll make you sweat. A very thin stream of high pressure water to cut. And here's some of the samples that we kind of keep around just to show its capability. The wide variety of materials we can cut. This is like a cardboard based material, a thicker rubber for a tread well. Here's a headliner type material. So now we make a variety of different styles of seating. Here's a hoop base recliner. So there's the base for that. So this is the starting process. Here you see the steel structure. This is a foam that we put on the bottom to help insulate the base of the shower pan, eliminate condensation, also add strength so it takes out the flex on the plastic. We'll see how it comes out. Now we'll trim that up, any excess there, but it's a simple process of an expandable foam. We're not looking here. It's like,
yeah, look at that.
don't touch it though, but look. What is that? See, look at that.
It'll start growing.
Wow, there it goes.
There it goes.
Look at that. Obviously, there's always trim pieces you need to trim out. We'll regrind this, send it back to recycler. We have very little waste in the company, so anything we can possibly recycle, we do.
They gave her a cookie and a sucker. You're never going to want to leave.
So when we talk about being able to build parts for years to come, it's because we can keep our tooling. So we've got tons of tooling here, and there's other warehouse facilities that have tooling in them also, so we can pull back to make some parts. You can kind of see we take that scrap material and then regrind it. This will be sent back to the processor to be reformulated. So there's literally no waste. All the stuff you see here will go back in.
So I mean, this is opening up. If you guys come up with a whole new design, a whole new layout,
yep,
you can take care of it.
Yes, exactly. So it gives us that flexibility design to better meet the customer's needs, not just on the design front, but in the service part after the fact.
Yeah.
He'll drill the hole in the right proper placement and then use a tool that creates friction to spin this, and you'll see how good he is at this. But he'll do that, and this thing will fuse in the piece.
Spin this at 17,000 RPM.
The real talent here is if you don't do this right, you'll burn through. And if you don't do it long enough, it won't adhere. So this is actually, see how that weld? It actually welded it right there. That's
Well,
still very
together,
important.
that's top plastic, so.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
That kind of gives you an idea. We have some other facilities too, but it's hot and you don't want to drag you through every little nook and cranny. But that kind of sets you up for the next step where the production actually starts. We'll start in chassis and see how the raw chassis comes in as processed, and you'll start seeing a lot of things you're seeing here will actually start adding on to the vehicle. So it's kind of fun. It's like a dance that's a progressive dance. Everything just starts coming together, and you look around, all of a sudden you got a completed vehicle. So that's pretty cool. But all these different parts, when I was showing the tracking, those numbers, all that stuff is tracked to the system. So we know what the parts are when they're supposed to be where they're supposed to be, and they come together, and you end up with a motorhome. You know, we should just keep candy in here all the time for visitors.
Well, I think if you want the best combination of being able to produce as much as possible but have the quality control and the flexibility,
exactly.
this is the way to do it. So we're heading into chassis prep, which is where they prep the chassis before they start adding everything on in the final process at Big Bertha, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And you see how we weld all of our stuff with automotive standards. And we also have the biggest single piece front glass in the industry.
Oh, so that's a Class A that has nothing on it, and you guys are going to add. That's the next thing.
They're building all the RVs.
Isn't that cool?
So the standard Winnebago factory tour, if you want to take that, 9 and 1 Monday through Friday, but they will cover this building that we just went in with the chassis. They'll go into Big Bertha, which is where we're heading right now, and they'll also do Stitchcraft, which is the first one we went in that had the fabrics, the carpets, and all that in that building. They also go in that building for the tour. A lot of what you're seeing us do, you could also come do if you come to Forest City and check it out. And the tours run April through November. It's just a little bit big, Hensley.
Love it.
I love blankets.
You love your blanket?
Me too.
Looks like a Monsters Inc.
I know, right? With all the doors. Yeah.
Yeah. So these come from the sawmill down there, all the way down.
They pay you in vanilla wafers and suckers. It's so yummy.
It's crazy to think about all the different parts that have the specific labels that are going to specific RVs that make their way to here.
Every piece has its place and it all comes together so that we can get it to our customers.
Yeah.
So I had a really good time checking out the factory tour today. That was just eye-opening to see how everything works. And I think if you're close to Forest City, I mean, it's a great stop. It's 15 bucks to stay here. The tour's free. I mean, it's a good little stop.
I think it was just really cool getting to see the process of everything. I think we take that for granted, how much work goes into it. And I don't know, it was just really cool watching everything kind of come to life, and you can see how much is put into every single RV. And I don't know, we had a really good time.
I knew a lot of it was automated, but then I was actually amazed like how much is still done by hand. Yeah, it's really hands-on. A lot of heart and soul of
made with love.
The work, yes, yes. Around 2,000 people are employed by Winnebago, and just to give you an idea, I mean, the population of Forest City, I think, is like maybe 4,000 or 5,000, something like that. So you've got a huge chunk of Forest City and the surrounding areas working in that one factory. Which we're big fans of stuff like that, where large companies, you know, are supporting communities through things like this. Yeah, I'm glad we got to check it out. Glad we got to share it with you guys. And not sure how many questions we can answer. Maybe some Winnebago people will pop in here if there's some in-depth questions. But if you got questions, comments, just let us know, and we will catch you guys later.